A business has developed two machine learning models that need to be deployed to production via Amazon SageMaker AI. Model X is a fraud detection system that needs to provide immediate inference responses for every single transaction. Model Y is a sales forecasting tool that generates predictions monthly by processing a large collection of historical records. Which deployment strategy should the company implement to efficiently handle these workloads?
The options are as follows. Option A. Deploy both models within a single container, served by a unified real-time endpoint. Option B. Configure Model X with an asynchronous endpoint and Model Y with a real-time endpoint. Option C. Deploy Model X using a real-time endpoint and use batch transform to handle Model Y. Option D. Utilize batch transform for Model X and an asynchronous endpoint for Model Y.
The core of this problem lies in understanding the difference between low-latency, time-sensitive inference requirements and high-volume, periodic processing tasks. When choosing a deployment strategy in SageMaker, you must consider the nature of your input data and the urgency of your output. Some methods are optimized for sub-second response times, while others are designed to handle massive datasets in the background without needing a permanent, always-on server. I believe the correct answer is option C. Model X requires low-latency, real-time responses to evaluate every incoming transaction, making a real-time SageMaker endpoint the most appropriate hosting solution. Meanwhile, Model Y is used for a monthly sales forecast based on historical data, which is a classic use case for batch transform, as the inference is not time-sensitive and happens infrequently. Looking at why the other options are incorrect, Option A is not ideal because combining different workloads into one endpoint creates unnecessary complexity and management overhead. Option B is wrong because asynchronous endpoints are generally for long-running requests that do not match the needs of a transaction-based system. Finally, option D is incorrect because batch transform for Model X would be far too slow for real-time fraud detection.
A quick exam tip. Always match the inference method to the business requirement. If you need an instant answer for individual requests, think real-time. If you are processing large, non-urgent datasets, look towards batch transform. Understanding the specific constraints of your production environment is key to passing these types of infrastructure questions.